Currently standing by the number 12 car, Outlaw Sprint car, driven by Lynton Jeffrey. Lynton originally from Australia and a former track champion at Huset Speedway. Won the title here at the track in 2010, and Lynton standing by. Good evening, Lynton.
How are you?
Yes, talking before race day here on this 8th annual Beef Night, Memorial Day. And we've got two cars. We're going to zoom in on the car right next to yours, identical paint jobs. CMR Racing, two cars. You're part of the team. Tell us about it.
Well, we talked about, if you remember, on your radio station last fall, and just a little bit at the end, I talked to you about young Chris and how we had a program we were building for him. And he's been out in California with Brent Kading, who's the king of California. He's been learning from him, and this year it's a new team, and I'm essentially part team organizer, manager, coach. The team, which is called Chris Martin Racing, which is CMR. Is owned by Chris's dad. Chris is only 15, and he's young buck sprint car racer who's going to be exciting to watch. He's a redheaded kid, and he's this year average American boy, and he's just a good kid, and he's been out there racing on the short tracks in California, and he's been doing a really good job with the KWS series out there, the King of the West series.
Working with you, Lynton, last year. He started doing some work with you in the 2012 season. That had a big impact on this young guy. And now racing with Brent Kading out there in California on those tracks out there. He's obviously made some major strides.
Well, more than anything, it's just about being organised. The team's organised, and just getting to learn, and it's all brand new. Everything's new. We've been looking forward to this day where we've really kind of debut the team, which was 2 weeks ago at Huset's, but really it was just it's our startup. And
keep talking, walking with me here, Lynton. Tell me more. I'm going to go around and we'll take a look here. You can see identical race cars. The number 12, that's Lynton Jeffrey, of course. That's his number that he carries, and Chris Martin's car next to it, identical paint job, carrying the number 44. We're having a little trouble getting the number zeroed in there on the fuel tank. The team's working on putting fuel in and getting these cars ready for action. The jack just went down in the number 12 car. Fuel going in the number 44 car. Running two Outlaw Sprint cars, Lynton. That's a big job.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of people involved, a lot of work to get here. And, it's a team effort. And if we stay organised and act like a team, it's going to be a big learning curve. Actually, if you look over to your right there, you'll see young Chris. He's a good, solid young lad.
How many people on this team? There's a lot of people working around these two Outlaw Sprint cars, getting ready for a night of action. A lot of people scrambling, in and out of these two race car trailers and so on, getting tires ready, getting fuel and oil, rear end grease. How many people make up the team of these two cars, roughly?
We have about we have a lot of volunteer help, really. I mean, we have three guys that live up here that have helped me for years, which is Mikey Ketterer and Big Bob there, and then Scotty, who's you know Scotty because he used to clean the walls here.
Right.
Helped me, and
you got your first Outlaw Sprint win at this track. So you got some roots here. You won a championship here back in the 2010 season. Huset Speedway, become somewhat of a home track for you.
Yeah, I feel like it's home away from home. It's definitely one of the most favourite places for me. I love coming here. I feel like I'm part of it. I'm ingrained. I mean, we could just, the fans always give me a lot of support.
But your real home is halfway around the globe, Australia.
Yep, 8,000 miles away, really. But home is Prairie City, Iowa, and that's where I live.
All right, Lynton Jeffrey, former track champion. Won multiple features, races at the Knoxville Raceway. Huset Speedway has raced all the tracks, all the big tracks across the country with Outlaw Sprint action. He's raced for the World of Outlaws, the All-Star Circuit of Champions, against the best in the business. And professionally, builds these wings. This is what he does for a living. You look at this big 25 square foot wing on top of this Outlaw Sprint car. He builds these professionally. Lynton Jeffrey, and we'll catch up with the young Chris Martin in stories to come. I'm Mark Tassler.